Have you ever thought about buying pre-sale condo? What are some of the benefits, some of the pros and cons, and some of the risks involved in buying pre-sales? So today I have the pleasure uh, of Ryan joining me in this discussion where we talk about some of the pros and cons and some of the ups and downs of buying pre-sales, specifically with reference to the financing side.
Thank you, Gerald, and thank you for having me on this condo cafe. Just quickly introduce myself. My name is Ryan Hijaya. I'm a mortgage specialist with RBC, and yeah, today I'll be sharing with you all about buying a pre-sale property.
Yeah, so buying pre-sales, obviously there are some advantages and uh, there are some risks, as with buying virtually any future investment, there's some risks involved. And so what we want to talk about are the advantages, some of the risks, and some of the things that we could do to reduce exposure to risk, to do some of the risk management, right? Instead
Yeah.
of just exposing ourselves, what are little steps we could do to help mitigate some of the risk? We can never reduce all the risks because of the fact that we're buying into the future, there's always going to be an element of risk involved. So, in this discussion, we'll talk about these kinds of factors. There are a couple of advantages in buying into pre-sales. There's the advantage of appreciation. There's the ability to customize the unit that you're buying. There are the lower initial costs. When something is new, you don't have to deal with some of the issues of the older buildings, for example, balconies and what have you. I wanted to share something about the customization. So, for example, if you are one of the early adopters, you could choose from a number of color schemes. There's when you go to the presentation center, they might say offer three different color schemes. There's a dark scheme, a light scheme, or middle scheme, or whatever. So in some cases, you have the ability to choose the layout that you want, and then also you can choose on the color scheme that you want. Also, some developers have the option of upgrades on appliances. So if you don't want the normal appliances and you want to go for an upgrade, go for the high-end appliances, there's also that option. So when you buy pre-sales, there's always an option to customize the unit more or less to the standard that you're looking for.
And yes, and Gerald, I just want to add a little bit
Sure.
about the advantages of buying pre-sale
Sure.
properties. So you mentioned about the um, potential for capital appreciation. So a lot of developers they do offer discounts
Mm-hmm.
because they do want to attract buyers,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times like pre-sale properties are cheaper
Mm-hmm.
as compared to pre-owned properties in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this as a result, there is a great potential for capital appreciation in the future um, for buyers of pre-sale properties.
When we buy pre-sale, right, we're not using all of the 600 or $700,000, right? We're putting a deposit of let's say 20 to 30% down, and that in that way we are able to secure this property and for that period of the development. And so by the time it comes to moving in, we are buying something. We are using a certain leverage, uh, kind of a leveraging power to secure the property at a future price and benefiting from, instead of paying the full amount in the future, we are able to secure a better price right now. And then when it's time to complete, we have bought that particular project at a reasonable price.
Yeah, one of the advantages again with pre-sale properties, it does allow buyers some extra time
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah,
build up
yeah, yeah,
their down payment,
yeah.
or if they're paying cash to build up um, their funds
Yes.
in order to purchase the unit with cash. Right?
Mm-hmm.
As you said, because most pre-sale properties are not going to be completing um, in 1 or 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
and in most cases, it's going to be between 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So it does give the buyers a lot of time to help build up the funds and also the down payment.
Down payment.
Yeah.
And that way to reduce the amount of money that we need to borrow from the bank.
Borrow from the bank.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and Gerald, I just want to also bring up the point that there is a tax. There may be a tax benefit with buying a pre-sale property. A lot of people may not be aware because especially for first-time home buyers,
Yes.
the first-time home buyer exemption, if you're buying a newly built property, is up to a value of 750,000.
Yeah.
As compared to a pre-owned property, which is 525,000.